Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're a little bit behind the ball this afternoon as we think we now finally got the feed up and running. We're live in the bottom of the first inning as the Estill County Engineers are taking on the Owsley County Owls. Owsley County went 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning, and Logan Friend on the hill for the Engineers. And now you join us live with Berkeley Hardy, the leadoff hitter for the Engineers. Berkeley's batting .268 on the season. I'm joined today with my partner and brother-in-law, Danny Wood. Danny, we got a windy day.
It is blowing straight in, Billy Bruce. I don't know if even you on a power cut could get one out of here. Yeah, I think you could, but it'd have to be a blast because I don't think there's going to be a lot of home runs. But after all the rain and everything else, the field is looking unbelievable if you can see it on the screen.
Looks like Berkeley Hardy goes down on swinging, and that gives us the first out of the bottom of the first inning for the Engineers. Brings up Logan Friend, the junior pitcher for the Engineers. Logan's leading the Engineers in hitting this year at .459. And with that wind being that strong, Danny, the only one that I know that we might be able to get one out of the park is if we was playing at the old Madison High field.
Well, I had a couple there. Estill County, Billy, taking on Owsley County first round of the district. 15-10 the Engineers are on a good season. And I was going through the lineup. I haven't got to watch them as much as you, but, you know, they don't have a lot of seniors in the starting lineup, and we've got a solid team. So we've got a good 2 or 3 year run here.
Yeah, for sure. And pitching, we still got pitching that's coming back as well. First pitch comes a little bit inside Logan. It looks like this pitcher is not throwing in a lot of innings for Owsley County this year, Dalton Peters, but he looks like he's got pretty good stuff, Danny.
Just a freshman, 14 innings pitched, but he struck out about 2 per inning. Throws a strike right there, and he didn't look too bad out there. Looks like he's got an idea what he's doing on the mound.
I think the Engineers are going to have to change a little bit of philosophy because this guy's throwing pretty decent. Little pop up there to second base, and he brings it in, and so Logan Friend goes down with a pop-up, and that'll bring up the senior right fielder for the Engineers, Hayden Woolry. Hayden second on the team in hitting, Danny, at batting at .429 on the season.
He's had an outstanding season, outstanding career.
First pitch comes in just a little bit outside. But what I was talking about, Danny, you know, Estill has played Owsley twice this year, won 10-0 and 15-0, but I don't think they faced this pitcher because he throws pretty well as he comes there with a strike right down the middle.
That's right, as you said, 15-0 with 3 innings, both games that they faced each other this year. But we did not face this guy, I don't think.
Another pitch for right down the middle for a swing and a miss. Makes the count quickly 1-2 on Hayden Morey. We've got 2 outs, no runners on. Payoff pitch comes in and fouled straight back.
I do mostly softball now, Billy, and every time I do one on the baseball field, I always think one thing. I can't believe I used to mow these things. They're huge.
I've took over for you as Dalton Peters for Owsley County comes in with a little bit of off-speed pitch and takes down the 3-hitter. So Estill goes down 1-2-3 as Owsley County did themselves. So after one complete inning, Danny, we're tied up 0-0. Nobody on base so far. So we'll catch you right after the break.
Since 1889, Carhartt's mission has been to build a better world with all hardworking people. This mission has not faded, and today the company is still family-owned and believes in giving back to the communities they serve. There's a long history of supporting the youth of Estill County, the Estill County school system, and the Area Technology Center. They're working to inspire, educate, and train the next generation. For career opportunities or to find a retailer near you, visit Carhartt.com. Carhartt, the choice of the engineers since 1889. The Estill County Sports Network would like to thank the Estill County Board of Education for their partnership in bringing you the broadcast of Estill County Sports on NFHS, WSKV Radio, streaming radio at listenlikealocal.com, and in some cases, Facebook Live. We couldn't do it without the superintendent, board members, teachers, faculty, and staff, coaches, and mentors. You're listening to the Estill County Sports Network.
And we're back here at the Stanton City Park for the first round of the 56th District. The Estill County Engineers taking on the Owsley County Owls. And Danny, I think we're going to have a different ball game than what we've had the first two times we played them. So if you would like to give us a little bit of the lineup there for Owsley County.
Owsley County, in the first inning, we saw Brandon Smith lead off, and he struck out looking. Dylan Gay flew out to right field in the first inning, and then Peters made the third out, shortstop to first. Coming up this inning will be the 4-5-6 hitters. Jordan McCoy, a freshman, hitting .439. Aiden Hardy, third baseman, hitting .316. And Michael Gabbard, the first baseman, hitting .122. And then the 7-8-9 hitters are David Gibson, Ethan Cottle, and Christian Haha.
And as we said earlier, we got Logan Friend on the hill tonight for the Engineers. Logan's did a great job of getting ahead today, as well as he did the last game that the Estill County Engineers played. And I say that, and he comes in with the inside with ball one.
Yeah, he's 2-1 on the season. They got a deep and talented staff, Estill County does. He has pitched 36 innings, only walked 12, has 36 strikeouts, 2.48 earned run average. And they go deep, and they got junior, sophomore, junior, and 4 of their 5 pitchers.
Yeah. I like the way Logan works, too. He works quick. It keeps your defense on their toes as we wait on the second pitch right down the middle. Ooh. Maybe I should have went with my wife the other day to the eye doctor. So 2 balls, no strikes on the number 4 hitter for Owsley County. Fastball down the middle, drove into right center field for a base hit. So Owsley County leading off the second inning with a base hit to right center.
So the first hit of the game goes to Owsley County.
That's going to bring up the sophomore third baseman for the Owls, Aiden Hardy. Aiden's hitting .316 on the season. And, Danny, early in the game like this, especially for Owsley County, I think we'll be ready for a bunt. And looks like Cooper Powell down at third base is definitely anticipating that. So Logan goes from the stretch.
He shows it.
Yeah. I hate when they give it up that early, though.
Yeah.
Just lets everybody know. But, again, this coach may be playing for runs early, being that he's not scored against the Engineers this year. And he does square the bunt. Coop's right on top. Fastball comes inside, makes the count 1 ball, no strikes. I think the Engineers are going to have to change their mojo now, Danny, because I think with this pitcher that Owsley's throwing, it's probably a surprise to them. And he looks like he's got pretty good stuff.
I didn't care who we were playing in the first round of the district. It was the scariest game. I assume we're playing PRP when they're number 1 in the state. I don't care who it is. And that's, I think, the mentality you got to go in with. Just do what you're supposed to do all the time.
And another pitch comes inside there. And our catcher right there was set up on the outside of the plate, but Logan kind of lost it there. And
sometimes with the batter squares, that kind of distracts the pitcher a little bit. He was really pinpoint in the first inning. Now struggling a little bit to hit his target.
The scoreboard shows 1-1, but I thought he caught the first one a ball. I'm
sure it's 2-1.
Is it 2-1?
Or 2-0.
2-0. That's what I'm thinking. Does not square this time, fouls it off over the right field dugout. Maybe he'll give us a count here. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count. I was correct, Danny. It was 2-0, and I think they're reading him backwards because he's showing 1. The scoreboard showing 1 and 2, but I think it's 2 and 1. They've got us confused.
That's our normal state of affairs right here, Billy.
Pitch is outside.
You fit right in.
Yeah, counts 3-1. He's looking over at the scores keeper to let him know. Quick move to first base by Friend. And usually, Danny, when you see a pitcher go to first base a bunch early in the game like that, he's a little nervous, I believe. I think it kind of shook him just a little bit with the leadoff right there, and Logan's got to get his groove back right here, because his thing that I've seen all year is he does a great job of getting ahead.
Yeah, getting ahead in the count, and then use all your pitches. Also, the wind might be affecting it. I always thought it was difficult, I don't know about you, to pitch when it's really windy. It seems to affect everything.
Pitch comes in right down the middle for strike 2.
Taken all the way.
Yes. Kind of giving the fake bunt there, and he kind of did throw Logan off the first 2 times, but he's worked it back to a full count. Need a great pitch right here by Logan Friend. Another quick throw to first base. Yeah, as you talk.
One reason I might be throwing over, they stole 150 bases this year. They got 3 guys with over 30 steals. So obviously they're a running team.
Next pitch right down the middle, swings and miss, and gives us 1 out in the inning as Aiden Hardy for the Owls goes down on strikes. Gives us 1 out in the inning. You was talking about the pitching with the wind, and the way this wind, I was kind of watching when he's doing the rosin bag in the first inning, Logan. I noticed the cloud of dust fly toward the first base dugout. So I think we've pretty much got a crosswind as the first pitch comes in to Michael Gabbard, the first baseman for the Owls, batting 192 on the season. He's just a freshman. But I always like that side there with the old roundhouse curveball.
There we go.
Next pitch in the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes.
Field looks absolutely outstanding. Again, we had terrible storms last night. Of course, on the news we read about all the devastation. Hearts go out to all those folks. But right here and now, they've delayed the game. Supposed to be 11-1. Now it's 5-7. But the baseball field, at least, it looks awesome.
Yeah. I walked over to get the lineups earlier as we get a foul ball straight back over top of us. And over here by left field, or I should say by third base over there, it's a little bit damp right through there. So it must be where most of the water comes, from foul territory. But
and speaking of that, there's a lot of foul territory on this field, as you remember, Billy.
Yeah.
So you don't give up on any foul balls.
Ground ball to third base. Cooper looks to turn 2, got the one at second, and overthrow here. First base, catcher doesn't make any move to go down and back up.
Got the lead runner right there, Billy. That's the most important thing. But I think Berkeley had a chance for 2, but I think he couldn't get a grip when he was transitioning out of his glove. Just couldn't get a grip on it.
So that still leaves us with a runner on first base for the Owls. Now we have 2 outs in the inning, bringing up the 8th grader, Danny. David Gibson, the second baseman, batting 286 on the season.
Young lineup here for Owsley County. A lot of 8th graders on the roster, freshmen, pitchers of freshmen.
First pitch comes in right down the middle, swing and a miss.
Last night I was goofing around and I looked up how many district championships Estill County's won since they joined the 56th district in 2006, and as it stands since then, 2006, Estill County's won 12 district titles and Powell County's won 6. Lee and Owsley yet to win one since we joined, but I remember when we joined in 2006, there were 4 really good baseball teams, and before that, Gene Combs over there, and Owsley County had some good teams too.
Absolutely. Next pitch comes in right down the middle, another swing and a miss. Quickly brings the count to no balls, 2 strikes on David Gibson, the 8th grader for the Owls. Looked like Logan's kind of settled in. I like the, he worked good and quick the first inning and had a little mojo to him, and then kind of after that first base hit, as he brings a ball a little bit high and inside, and I like that. You want it out of the strike zone, but it looks like he's kind of settled back in right here.
I'm sure they went over to scouting report and said these guys steal a lot, 150 steals. This guy's got 30 steals, and he kind of got distracted by that, throwing over too many times, I think.
Yeah. Foul, looks like that fouled off of his foot right there. He must be used to that. He's got a little pad there protecting his left ankle and foot. 1 ball, 2 strikes. David Gibson, the second baseman for the Owls. As Logan Friend gives a look over at first. Comes the pitch. Curveball gets him right there. So he goes down swinging, gives us 3 outs in the inning. So after 1.5 complete innings, the Engineers are all tied up 0-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning.
Are you ready? Are you ready for a disaster? What will you do? How will you contact your family? Do you have fresh water or food stored? Estill County EMAC SEP wants you to answer yes to all these questions. Take time to make a family plan and a disaster kit today. Visit EstillCountyEMA.com
I have no
to
idea
get
what I'm
started.
supposed to do.
Prepare today for a safer tomorrow.
My name is Angela Drake. When you're looking for a financial advisor, what comes to mind?
Hal takes their
Trustworthiness,
headsets,
accessibility,
you got a
up-to-date
set
knowledge.
on
Having
both
lived in this
sides.
area
I
all
just
my
need
life,
a
I understand what's important to
board
you and your family.
hood there
Things like
for the next
trust,
game roll.
reputation, and knowledge are essential, and so is your budget. Finding the right balance is important, especially where your financial future is concerned. I'd love the opportunity to put my experience to work for you and earn your business.
That's your financial advisor, Angela Drake. Stop by her new location in the newly remodeled plaza next to Mead's Do It Center on River Drive in Irvin, or call 606-723-0055.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
You're listening to the live broadcast of Engineer Sports.
And welcome back, everyone. We're here at the Stanton City Park for the first round of the 56th District. And as we know, Danny, this is one of the most important games of the year because you got to win this to get to the region.
I hate this game. When I was coaching, I hated this game, the first round of the district, because you go through all the season, all the preseason, all the off-season work, and then if you play one bad game or get one bad break, it's over. Now, if you win this game, the championship game of the district is my favorite postseason game because win or lose, you get to go on to the regional tournament, and I always enjoyed those. But man, I never liked that first round of the district. But that's why you play. You know, it's competition. Let's go. See who wins.
So here we start the bottom of the second inning, and it brings up the number 4 hitter for the Engineers, sophomore Cooper Powell, playing third base today. Coop batting .376 on the season. Takes a first pitch. He swings that a little off speed.
I'm impressed with Peters out there on the mound, Billy.
Yeah, we're going to put the game faces on because I think they probably came in today thinking this would probably be an easy one as the second pitch comes in inside and low. And we've got to change our attitudes, because this, like you said, this is the most important game.
Absolutely.
And this pitcher throws pretty well and has some good off speed as well. So I think we're in for a battle.
Gary Hammond's behind the plate, former Hall of Fame coach for Knott County Central.
Cooper hits a ground ball down to third base, overthrow, nobody backing up first. Cooper's going to go to second pretty easy. Looking back at the ball right there where he needs to be looking at the coach over there at third base when the ball's behind you. But nonetheless, hard hit ball down the third base line. Made a great play on it, just made a bad throw over to first base. So
that would be my approach right here. That's what I would tell the kids is wait on your pitch, put good swings on the first 2 strikes. But when you get 2 strikes, let's really work on putting it in play and put the pressure on the defense. And there you go. Got a runner on second.
That brings up Bryce Drake, the sophomore shortstop for the Engineers, batting .347 on the season. And when I first started, Danny, he was in the 200s. And I told him, I said, he's a better player than this. He's a better hitter than this. And he is slowly climbing up. I
saw him pitch the other day, and I was really impressed with his pitching as well.
Yeah. As he swings at the first pitch away, a little curved ball there from Peters. But, yeah, he's a solid ball player. And I just knew that batting average. I knew from watching him last year and some early on this year, he just kind of, how you get sometimes in that. Swings through another curveball, quickly brings the count to 0-2.
Well, it's as you know, it's all about putting it together at the right time, and I think Estill County in softball and baseball are playing very well right now. Last year they did the same and rode it all the way to a region championship.
Fastball comes in, fouls that off.
Billy, you notice the pitcher, he 2 curveballs on the outside, got swings and misses, and then comes back in 0-2, up and in, out of the zone, barely got him up in his kitchen, and this guy's got a clue about what he's doing out there.
For sure.
Pretty good move to second as well.
Yeah, kind of went back the other way. Most people go turn toward the left shoulder. He kind of turned toward the right, yeah.
He went the rocking chair over the top.
He must not know that Coop's not much of a threat right there, but
I don't know what you're saying.
Little curveball away, and Bryce Drake swings over top of it for a strikeout. It gives us 1 out in the inning, Danny, and brings up junior Mason Griggs. Mason does a lot of catching for the Engineers, but he's the designated hitter today, batting .324.
And those 3 curveballs that Drake saw, he just shouldn't hang his head. Those were 3 good curveballs right low and away, right off the black.
Yeah, and couldn't ask for more.
There's another one. Kind of got that one up a little bit. We're swinging a lot on those first. He's throwing a lot of first pitch curveballs, Billy, and we're swinging at him.
Yeah, got to change your attitude when you come to the plate. Have a good approach, and we're not right now. Take a pitch on the way. He put a little on that too, and he did that.
On it,
he did that on the 0-2 count with
Yep.
Bryce. I
Up
like
and in.
that. So counts 1-1. Again, Cooper Powell led off with the grounder to third that was overthrown first, and now on second base on that overthrow. Another little curveball away.
And another thing we have to start doing, if he's going to throw those curveballs on the outside, low and away, we're going to start going that way. We were trying to yank that over into left field.
You tell that with that left shoulder pulling
Yep.
out. Curveball away, gets away from the catcher, so Cooper Powell's going to advance to third for the Engineers, standing up as he rounds the bag.
What do you call Coop?
Coop de Coop. I think it's called the other Cooper Willis and all them when they was little, they had 2 or 3 Coopers up there at the Kiwanis. So I always told him, I said, now I'm calling you the Coop de Coop. That way we'll know.
What'd you call Willis?
He's the Coop.
Just outside.
Just outside. Good miss by the pitcher
Yep.
right there. Good discipline by Mason. Almost a little bit too close to take, but it was off the plate just a little bit. Curveball comes in. He pops it straight up. Second baseman looks like he's having a little trouble, Danny. That wind's blowed it everywhere, and it goes down, and looks like Cooper's going to come in and score for the Engineers. So Estill County receives a break, and I told you a while ago, when he throwed that rosin bag, that wind blowed straight toward first base dugout, and that right there, that ball probably started out to the right of the second baseman and almost ended up at the first baseman's position.
That's what you do every inning. You go out there, you throw a little piece of grass up, see where the wind's blowing, and everything over on that right side is just going to keep going away from you toward the first base line.
That brings up Mason Rader for the Engineers, the first baseman, batting .321 on the season. Mason's a sophomore, and
I'm glad Ethan Moore's got a lot of wraps on this tent right here. That wind is a whipping, and it's holding on right now.
yeah, I think our wives back there are trying to hold a little extra just to make sure that we don't
Well, as always, both of them in the supporting roles and helping us get our job done. Better halves.
Curveball comes inside, and Rader very disciplined right there, Danny, taking it, making the count 2-0. We got a hitter's count.
The old traditional thing is the curveball down and in, left-handers love. And I'm not sure about Mason if he does or not, but if I was the pitcher repeaters now, I'd be going with the backdoor curveball to sneak it in on the
He's right
outside.
And the runner goes and catcher never gives a chance at all, doesn't even throw, so that puts Mason Griggs on second base with a stolen base.
Got the 3-man umpiring crew out here today.
3-0 count, Danny, early in the game. I'd say Coach Crow is probably giving him the take sign right here. And he comes with one right down the middle, makes count 3-1.
Looked like he was taken all the way. That's kind of gone out of fashion, too.
I was trying to say a while ago I got a little tongue-tied there, but Rader is right on top of the plate.
He is. He's got his toes right on the chalk.
Fouls one off. Back over toward the concession stand. Like you say, Danny, you can never know, but I think if one gets up here behind the plate, it's out because this wind's going to take it on over the fence. Full count, payoff pitch on the way. Rader drives one. It looks like it's going to be down. Yeah.
It is.
And he misplays it, so it looks like Griggs is going to come home easily for the Engineers. Mason had to hold up right there because at first it looked like he was going to give a chance to catch it right there, so I thought we would only get one base, but he misplayed it, and Rader goes all the way into second.
That's a good piece of hitting, Billy. He put it right on the button. He didn't do too much with it. Hit inside out swing and drove it to center field. It really was left center field, but it brought it back to the center field. That's why I thought he might have a chance at it, and found it right in front of him.
I believe it also knocked it down just a little bit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That it didn't hold up as long as the guy thought it was going to. So then it kind of short.
Yeah, if you
hopped
hit
him.
one out today, you're on steroids.
Yeah.
I'm making you pee a cup if you hit
Yeah.
one out to left center today.
Maybe if you hit it to right center, it would probably end up
Hook
at
it.
right field pole.
Yep.
And hopefully be inside of it. So again, the Engineers have scored 2 runs here in the bottom of the second inning, and still threatening with another runner on second base, Mason Rader, and that brings up Jack Sneese, the senior, hitting 167 on the season. And Jax has did a lot of more pitching and stuff this year. He's been designated hit for a few times, and I really think it's just in Jax's head, because the other day, man, he stayed in on the ball that last home game and just ripped one to right field. So hopefully Jax can stay in that groove right there. I think he also walked one time for the Engineers the other night.
I also think we're getting toward that period of time, the postseason, where he shines the brightest. None more so than last year in the postseason, including the championship game of the region tournament, where he was on the mound.
Anytime you say the name Nice, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it when the pressure's on.
Oh, he hits one, pops it up to the left field. That wind's going to blow it away. He's coming a mile. Foul ball. Again, that's one of those that just was up in the air, and looks like they got some young players out in the outfield. And, you know, I don't know, Danny. I don't know. I played outfield my whole life. I don't know if I could have got that one.
Oh, you chased that one down. I have no doubt.
That blowed a mile. So 2 balls, 1 strike on Jack Sneese, senior for the Engineers. As he awaits the 2-1 pitch, here it comes, and he rips it foul down the third base there against the screen. Evens up the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. But I noticed right there, see, Danny, Jack stays in on that. That shoulder's staying in. I always tried to tell him, sometimes he's one of those left-handers sometimes that tries to get out of the box before they swing the bat.
Yep.
And stay in there and hit it, then run.
If you're pulling off, you know, the easiest fix is just to imagine yourself trying to hit, if you're a left-hander, hit it to shortstop, knock his head off.
Another curveball comes in. Jax fouls it down the first base line.
If you're a right-hander, just imagine yourself just trying to knock the second baseman's head off with a line drive.
Absolutely.
Just try to keep your left shoulder or your front shoulder in as much as you can. That's the key. Because if you're going against a good team with a good coach and a good pitcher, they're going to see you pulling off.
Absolutely, and we still got a 2-2 count here on Jax. Pitch is on its way, and Jax chases it up high for a strikeout for the Engineers, and that gives us 2 outs in the inning.
And that's 4 strikeouts in 2 innings for Peters.
And I think that's what you said earlier. He was averaging about 2 per innings, even though he's not pitched that many innings this year. But that brings up Dawson Moore, the center fielder. Dawson's a threat to bunt at any time.
Well, Jeff Tate's favorite. He loves outfielders. He says Dawson's a good one.
Takes the first pitch off speed, a little bit high. That Montgomery County game that nobody got to see it, and I like to remind everybody about it. He laid one down the prettiest bunts ever. And what it did was, that was in the bottom of the 9th inning. It moved our runner, Hayden Fletcher, from second over to third. And then all we needed, you know, anything can happen once you're on third.
Absolutely.
And right after that, here come a wild pitch, and Fletcher come in to give the Engineers a 7-6 victory. 2 balls, no strikes to count on the center fielder, Dawson Moore. Takes another off-speed pitch up high. Gives the count 3-0 with Berkeley Hardy for the Engineers at the top of the lineup, waiting on deck.
We'll have the softball game for you, Estill County. I see some of the ladies softball players from Estill County watching the baseball right now. As soon as this one's over.
Takes ball 4 up high, so that gives us runners on first and second for the Engineers. I think it's Rader out on second base, and brings up Berkeley Hardy. And Berkeley went down swinging the first inning, and I think that was one of those, Danny, there's several of them have on that curveball that he just painted the black, and we chased over high.
Yep.
You know, over top of it. coach comes out there to switch the mitt. Looks like we got a broken mitt. He's showing these fans there that the mitt's broke. We need to replace it. So now we've got the catcher out doing a little talk with Peters. And
when I was first coaching, we would have thrown that right to Gordon Tate. Let him fix it up.
I say Gordon went through many a roll of lace.
Absolutely.
In his lifetime. Probably not lace. I'd say leather.
Well,
you know. You get the general idea, right?
I knew what you started. I knew what you was dropping on me.
But maybe those out there listening to us thought I was crazy. First pitch comes in. Berkeley takes it up high. And again, Danny, as we watch Peters here, we bragged on him and stuff like this. And this inning, his demeanor's changed a little bit. You could tell it. He's not as fluid as he was. Berkeley pops one up. Shortstop's camped out under it. And as Jeff Tate would say, can of corn to end the inning. But after, at the bottom half of the second inning, the Engineers come up with 2 runs and now lead the Owsley County Owls 2-0 as we head to the top of the third inning.
Mercy Health Marcum Wallace Hospital provides a compassionate, ideal local solution for patients who need additional time to heal and strengthen before going home. The Swing Bed program can be a perfect fit for you if you need rehabilitation after orthopedic surgery or fracture, have suffered a stroke, receive long-term antibiotics, need wound care, or need to regain your strength and mobility. You have a choice in post-hospital care and can receive care right in Estill County. For more information on the Swing Bed program at Mercy Health Marcum Wallace, call Case Management at 606-726-2159.
Hey, it's Kristen Mulcahy, Marketing Manager at Appalachian Wireless, here to let you know that upgrading has never been easier. Bring your own device or trade in your current device to get connected to the region's best network and to start saving on today's latest smartphones. No matter how you upgrade, we've got a solution just for you. Visit us on the web at AppalachianWireless.com or in one of our many retail locations, because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
You're listening to the Estill County Sports Network.
And welcome back, everyone. We're here at the Stanton City Park. I'm Billy Wiseman here with my partner and brother-in-law, Danny Wood, as we're going to bring you action today with baseball. And then, Danny, we're going to switch over to the softball.
We're going to switch out equipment. We're going to switch the hood. We're going to take something else over there and then hook it up and leave the wires, take the cannoli, and then hopefully we'll get on the air over on the softball side.
Yeah, it looks like most of them have took vacation this weekend and left me and you in charge.
Well, poor old William Hardy has been going through it. Got a daughter getting married. Shout out to former lady engineer. My third baseman, Liz. Well, I got 2 third basemen, your daughter and Liz. She's getting married today, so congratulations to her. My daughter's in the wedding, and they had a little change of plans, but it's all going to work out.
Yeah, and Williams
down in London, by the way.
Williams had some hard luck this week, and our thoughts and prayers are with them. But
as always,
as everybody knows, through the devastation last night, Elizabeth was supposed to be married in London today, and it did a lot of damage to the venue that she was supposed to have her wedding at, and also destroyed the owner's house, Danny.
Yep.
So they're going to have.
But they're okay, and that's the most important thing.
That's exactly right. Still going to get married, and just do a little private ceremony, but.
Bring in Brother Mark for the private, and then down the road they'll come back to the venue and renew the vows there for everybody.
Our thoughts.
That's the plan.
Our thoughts and prayers are with them, and like you say, we're glad everybody's okay, and just want them to know we're thinking about them. First pitch come in. I don't know if he's trying to check to see if this was a strike or the pitch was actually a ball, but I think Logan's wanting to know if he swung at it, but.
I was looking forward to seeing William cry walking down that aisle because I know he's going to boo-hoo.
Well, one day you'll probably face that, and then I've already done it. It's no fun. 2 balls, no strikes as Logan starts off behind, but then he comes back with a fastball right down the middle. You know, I talked about earlier in the game, and he did it the first inning. You know, Logan's partay is, man, he starts off ahead, and the last inning, and then now to start this inning, he started off behind. He comes with another fastball, gets the count even. So you know as well, Danny, pitchers can do a lot more when they get ahead.
Oh, absolutely. That opens up that whole repertoire of pitches in your bag.
2-2, a hard shot down the left field line, and they point and fire ball. Jackson East gives chase, and looks like Ethan Cottle for the Owls is going to go into second, standing up. And I think Logan just challenged him right there, and he was up for the challenge with a big rip down the left field line.
Yeah, Estill County's defeated Owsley County 15-0 2 times this season. Today, a whole different ball game right now early on.
And then, Danny, it's always different. Is maybe one of the reasons you always hated this first game of the district. Teams always play different in the district, and especially in basketball. I notice when it comes that time, they're always change up defenses. They change up a lot of things. So, they've probably been hiding this pitcher from us all year.
Yep. That's one thing, though. You try to do everything as normal as possible every game. Make every game the same. That's what I love about baseball is there's nothing that can change except maybe if they hide a pitcher on you or something like that. You just control what you control.
Exactly. First pitch comes in. He swings and missed. This is Christian Haha, the right fielder, and he's batting zeros on the season. Danny, I looked. He's only batted 6 times. He's 0 for 6 on the season. Maybe he's been injured or something like that, but not a lot of at-bats. Second pitch on the way. Another pitch.
Ooh, good pitch. Close.
He called that a little bit low, I'm assuming, but the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. As you could probably hear the crowd in the background, they wanted that one. But nonetheless.
I can hear Harry Crow yelling at the umpire right now.
Next pitch right down the middle, swing and a miss. Quickly brings the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good thing about Harry, though, he'd probably bring him a water after the game
absolutely.
and everything. And
after the game, it's all good. But during the game, we're getting cheated.
I'd say a lot of his competitiveness is rubbed off on all of those Crow boys.
Well, they've all done a good job, too.
Absolutely.
Brian did a great job when he took over. And then, of course, Blake, he was going to be a great coach. I could tell it. And then Tanner's taken over this year in his first year and had an outstanding season.
2-2 pitch comes in high, but Christian Haha gives chase at it, so he goes down swinging for the first out of the inning for the Engineers, or for the Owsley County Owls. And we're back to the top of the lineup with another freshman, Danny. Number 22, Braden Smith, batting .222 on the season, playing left field today.
Struck out looking in the first inning, but he's had a good year. He's a left-hander. Jeff Tate chimed in and said, thanks for mentioning Gordon. He fixed many a glove. No bunt.
Oh, caught a little bit of the grass. It looked like a good bunt. That's one thing about it when the baselines are dirt, though, right there. You catch that edge of the grass, he's going the other way.
So push it the other way, that's for sure.
And I think he called us not really ready for that one as much as we probably should have been. But good thing was Raider was pulled in just a little bit. He's pulled in a lot more now. But we've got 1 out. The runner on second base from the leadoff double from Ethan Cottle, the catcher for the Owls. Next pitch comes in a little bit high, but gives chase, swing and a miss. Quickly count 0-2.
The reason Jeff's not here, he's at the Ballard reunion, I think it is, that he's kind of in charge of planning all year. So hope he's having a good time. A lot of casseroles, I'm sure. He'll throw it down.
Oh, yeah. Curveball comes in a little bit outside, and good pitch, Danny. Keeps it out of the strike zone. You know how we always was, 0-2. Don't give them nothing to hit, something to chase.
That's another thing that's kind of going out of fashion. I know it's Greg Maddox interviewed. He said he hated it. He never did that either. Try to get him out on 0-2.
Yeah, little line drive right there to third base, and Coop tries to go back to second base to double him off, but Berkeley was played a little deep, so really didn't have a chance right there. But a hard hit from Braden Smith.
But what I love about Coop right there, as soon as he caught it, that's exactly what he was thinking. And then he just didn't throw it because there wasn't anybody there, and he did a little scoot, so he didn't get off balance. And
it's one of the things you taught. I remember.
He's a ball player.
Yes, yeah, he's definitely a baseball man. That brings up the number 2 hitter for the Owls, Dylan Gay, playing center field today. Danny, he's got a .420 batting average, and he takes a rip at the first one down the third base line. You can tell the ground has got the moisture in it, though. There's no high hops. It's staying down. I think he killed that ball because
in
he
the
hit that ball
spot you
pretty
pointed
hard.
out earlier being muddy, it just stopped like a stuck pig over there.
Yeah.
Throw that one out. Was he batting?
He's batting .420 on the season.
That's Williams' favorite number.
.420. curveball. He tries to come inside with it, jumps out of the way.
Little front door curveball there.
Yeah, I used to love them.
Yes. People are afraid to throw them because if you miss over the middle, they can yank it on you. But, oh, no, I like it.
Next pitch on the way.
Oh, man.
A little bit. Must have been a little bit outside. But
that's some of that naked gun action right there.
Logan, just get on there and pitch, brother.
That's right.
You can't change that. And umpires don't like it.
They do not. And in high school, they can still get you back. Can't do it in Major League Baseball, but they can. I guarantee they do it still in high school. So that's why we didn't like our pitcher showing any emotion out there.
2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way, a little bit inside. Now makes the count 3-1. We've got 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning with the Engineers leading 2-0 over the Owsley County Owls. Runner on second base in scoring position. And Dylan Gay, the center fielder, up to bat. Next pitch, a little bit inside, Danny, with base on ball, so nothing really hurt. Got a runner on first and second now. And that's going to bring up another freshman, Danny, the pitcher today, Dalton Peters. He's batting .451 on the season, leading the Owls. Coach Crow coming out to talk to the umpire. And I don't really know what this discussion would be about.
You know, because of the pitching rules with how many balls you throw, he may have been wanting to have everybody available for Monday, so you never know. He might use a lot of pitchers. It'd be a whole different way. I didn't have to do that. We went by innings and then how many innings you pitch and everything like that. But it is an important thing. He may not be doing that right now. I don't know. But when you get to the region tournament, very crucial who you can line up and put out there on the mound.
Yeah, and
against whom.
Then he's probably looking at this that only 1 day's rest. I know you can only throw 1, and it looks like he took the ball, Daddy. So we're going to have a change of pitchers right here.
That means Logan will be available Monday as well. I'm pretty sure that's probably why he took him out.
And
I don't think he was hurt. He didn't look like his arm was bothering him or anything.
Looks like Rader's coming off with him, so I'd say Rader's probably looking for a different glove. He's probably going to come in. I talked to him the other day, asked him kind of his game plan for the districts. I won't give it all away, but one of the things he did say was that he planned on starting Logan, and then he planned on using Rader some today. And Rader's had 2 really good outings, his last 2 outings.
Mason is a sophomore. He's won 2 games on the season. He's pitched 27 innings. He's walked 9, struck out 23, has a 3.54 earned run average. So done a solid job.
The last 2 games, I think he was the one that pitched against Lewis County, and I didn't even know it because I was scared to death, doing the radio for one of the first times and everything, and he had a no-hitter, I think, going into the 7th inning, and I didn't even know it. But he threw a shutout that night, and then him and Logan last time against Model, they came and pitched together, I think Logan went 3 innings. He come in and finished it off, and they only give up 2 hits that game and another shutout. So. And
he's also a lefty. And big advantage for Estill, because I think in high school it's a huge advantage to have left-handers up there. And we got 2 of them that are pretty good. You want to take a break?
We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Michael Bucky Wilson, CEO, President of CG Bank. Here at CG Bank, community means everything. It's why we do what we do. At CG Bank, we are your hometown bank, and we are here for you because we are you. We are not here just building business, but building relationships. That's community banking. That's my bank. Stop by any of our 7 convenient locations in Irvin, Richmond, Berea, London, or Stanton and see what community banking is all about, or visit us online at cg.bank.
Citizens Guaranty Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Qualifications and rules may apply. See institution for details.
Man, I love my place, my home is my castle. I want to fix it up, but I don't want to hassle. But now I need advice and the tools to get through it. My do-it-center store really knows how to do it.
Come to Mead's Do-It Center for all of your home and hardware needs. 218 River Drive, Irvin, Kentucky.
I love do-it-yourself, and I love the money I'm saving. They got everything and more at my do-it-center store. I'm gonna do it today. Give me the tools and the knowledge and get out of my way. They got everything I need and more more at my Do It Center store.
You're listening to the live broadcast of Engineer Sports.
And we're back, and we've got a pitch and change for the Engineers. Mason Rader comes in, takes over for Logan Friend. Starts off with a fastball, fouled off by Dalton Peters, the pitcher for the Owls today. And I would say, Danny, that Tanner's probably looking at the number of pitches, like you say, because you can only throw a certain amount of pitches and only have 1 day's rest to be able to come back if they needed him for some reason in the championship game. So, but like I say, I'm not too worried about it. Indians got plenty of pitchers this year.
And, pitchers with solid numbers, too. And only one senior in the top 4 or 5 pitchers.
Next pitch on the way, a little bit outside, brings the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. If you're just joining us, the Engineers are leading the Owsley County Owls 2-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning, but the Owls have runners on first and second with 2 outs. And their best hitter at the plate, the pitcher today, Dalton Peters. Next pitch on the way was high, and that looks like it's fouled back. And as you can probably hear on my microphone there, the wind blowing, that took that way on back there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Wind is a whipping, but it's a beautiful day after all the storms yesterday.
Payoff pitch on the way, fouls right back at us. I had that in Danny.
I know you would get it.
I would have had that one. Good little off-speed pitch right there, but Peters did a good job. He stayed back on it and fouled it straight back. He was right on it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second for the Owls. Rader comes in with a pitch high and got our first one of the game. Danny, we've got Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs.
Every time we were 2-2 with 2 outs in the softball game the other day, that's all I thought about was you saying Deuces Wild.
Next pitch, he comes high, and Peters on this one and gives it chase for the 3rd out of the inning. So Rader comes in, does his job. Danny gets us out of the inning, and so after 2.5 innings of play, the Engineers lead the Owsley County Owls 2-0. We'll be back after a break.
Harness Health Pharmacy, located next to Mercy Primary Care of Irvin, looks forward to meeting all of your pharmacy needs. Prescription services, vaccinations, and over-the-counter recommendations are provided by their friendly, knowledgeable staff. They make it their mission to provide inexpensive options in diabetes testing supplies and common over-the-counter medications. They accept most insurances and are happy to work with you and your provider to find affordable solutions to the care that you need. For more information, call 606-726-8270. That's Harness Health Pharmacy, located next to Mercy Primary Care of Irvin.
Thinking about buying a home, starting a business, or tackling a renovation? Whitaker Bank is here to help you make it happen. This is David Johnson, and I'm the senior commercial lender at Whitaker Bank in Stanton. We understand that every financial decision is personal. That's why we offer expert guidance tailored to your needs. Let's find the right solution for you. Call me today at 606-663-2283, and let's take the next step together. Whitaker Bank, Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
You're listening to the Estill County Sports Network.
Welcome back, everyone. Again, we're here at the Stanton City Park here in Powell County as we've got the first round of the district action, Danny, and the Estill County's taking on Owsley County. And
Billy, I think you do your best broadcasting during the break. People tune in for bonus coverage, hear you talk during the commercials.
Well, what it was,
Mute it.
It was you talking. And it was you talking, and I realized it because I heard it through my headset. But, you know, being the rookie of all the announcers and stuff like that, I'm allowed one mistake a game. How
long has it been since you've been a rookie in anything?
It's been a while, but you do get one mulligan, right?
You get one mulligan.
Yeah. We're here in the...
it ain't like me and William hadn't done it.
Yeah. Bottom of the 3rd inning, and the Engineers are bringing up the number 2 hitter, Logan Friend, who was pitching, and come out of the game as a pitch comes, warm-up pitch comes back here toward us. But So far, Danny, I think this is a little bit of a shock to the Engineers with Owsley County coming with a pitcher that throws well, and he got a little bit wild last inning, a little bit off kilter, but settled back down to only give up 2 runs. And, he had some mistakes behind him, too. We have to look at that. He had some errors in the field. But
we wouldn't have any runs if he had the plays made behind him. And the biggest thing he's going to run into, Peters, for Owsley County on the mound is pitch count. It'd be hard for him to get through 7 innings.
Absolutely. And
it's important that his guys behind him make the plays. But he got a lot of young guys behind him, Billy.
Yeah, for sure. And then we got Logan Friend, as we said, leading off for the Engineers. Lines one into left field for a base hit to start the Engineers off the bottom of the 3rd inning.
I like that approach right there. There's a first pitch fastball. It was right down the box in the middle of the plate, and he was ready for it.
Absolutely.
That's what you swing at on the first pitch. And when you get it, you do something with it.
That's as we talk about, Danny. It's a lot of people don't realize the mental prep that goes into baseball. You got to come.
Got to have a plan every at bat.
Yeah,
Tim Freeman was great with that.
You come up to the plate, you got to know that I'm looking for that fastball, especially your bigger hitters. Don't chase that first curveball. Let it go. If it's for a strike, say, hey, you got a good pitch on me, but I'm still ready. So that brings up Hayden Morey, the right fielder for the Engineers, and Hayden is the 2nd leading hitter for the Engineers this year. Danny, he's batting .429 on the season.
Estill came with a team batting average of .329, which is pretty dang good.
First pitch comes in for a ball.
Played a good schedule, so that was against a lot of decent pitchers as well.
I looked off right there. Did he throw to first base?
He did.
It's Bush League on my part. So the count's 0-0.
I like getting the term Bush League a lot more with you on the radio as well.
Yeah.
My favorite baseball term.
Ball comes in the dirt, and Logan, I think he was going early.
Yeah, he was going
right
on
there.
the pitch, and then the pitch was in the dirt, so he'll get the easy.
Good pitch to go on right there.
Yep.
Because, number 3 hitter in the lineup, and he showed curveball to him last time. So hopefully they looked at the scouting report on that and said, hey, 3 and 4 hitters, he's come with the off-speed pitch, great pitch to go. So a stolen base there for Logan Friend. Quick move to second, gets out to the outfield. This is what happens a lot of times, Danny, with a young squad, especially Owsley County here. They hurt themselves.
Yeah, that's the 3rd error they've had, and a couple of misplays that weren't errors that still give up extra bases and so forth. But they're still in the ball game 2-0. If you joined us late, Estill defeated Owsley during the regular season 15-0 and 15-0. I like that take right there, Billy. It was a 1-0 pitch, 1-0 count. He's pitching backwards, came with the curveball, and we just took it. Not what we're looking for on 1-0 count.
1-1 the count on Woolry, and he comes with a fastball up high. And counts 2 balls, 1 strike. Just as a pitching coach, Danny, I noticed Peters, a lot of the times when he misses with that fastball and stuff, he falls off the mound to the left a little bit. And I think that makes him throw the ball high when he does that. Comes with another off speed. And ball 3, 3-1. So got the hitter's count for Hayden Morey, looking for the fastball right here to drive. Something in the wheelhouse as that's the reason we brought the ladies with us today, to get us some water, Danny, when the chops
you
start
said
to get
that.
a little dry. Fastball down the middle, pulls it foul down the 3rd base side. And
Tanner didn't want any of that. It's stuck right in that mud hole, too.
Yeah. It's a little wet over there. I knew it when I walked over to get the lineups. But nonetheless, that makes the count full to Hayden Morey. Pitch comes in a little bit high, took a little bit off that, and Hayden was disciplined enough to let it go. So, Danny, Engineers starting off well on the top of the 3rd inning here with a base hit, then a stolen base, and then going to 3rd on a error with Logan Friend, and then a base on balls.
There's great discipline right there. The reason he's on first base was because he had plate discipline. He had a plan when he went up to the plate, left the fastballs above his hand, didn't chase curveball and roll it over to the shortstop on the no-strike count. He's got first base and we can get a big inning going.
Runners going. Cooper drive, all perfect, Danny. Runner was going, drawed shortstop over. And look at Hayden Morey right there with some great base running, too. Nobody covering 3rd.
A lot faster than his dad.
And he just went all the way over to 3rd base. So base hit there as the shortstop was going to cover the bag. Cooper hit it right where he left.
I don't know if it was a called hit and run or if it was a run and hit, he was stealing, and the batter had the option. But it worked perfect, as you were saying. As the runner was going, the shortstop had to cover second. We hit it hard right in the hole, and the runner on first continues on to third. So we got a little something going here, 3-0 now. See if we can get a big inning.
Yeah, and the pitching coach for Owsley County, Derek Marshall, comes out to talk it over with the pitchers. And I see his head bobbing a little bit, Danny. I think what he's telling them is we can't hurt ourselves.
Yeah.
We can't hurt ourselves. But I think on that one, more than likely, that was probably a running hit. And for those out there wanting to know what that means that the player is still in second base and the pitcher or the batter has the option to swing or not. But if it's a hit and run, he is swinging.
He better.
And the coach is taking a gamble that a fastball's coming. But, Coop was ready right there, had a good approach because he looked for a fastball to start off right there. So the Engineers plate one there, and that brings up Bryce Drake, the sophomore. He struck out last time at bat on 3 curveballs.
Billy, we're starting to barrel it up a lot better now, too.
See, and and he does a great job right there, Danny. He takes the first pitch curveball.
Yep.
So that moves Cooper to second base on a stolen base. Fastball comes in outside. 2 balls, no strikes. So, again, another hitter's count for Bryce Drake right here.
Bryce struck out in the second inning. Peters does have 4 strikeouts against the Estill County Engineers.
A little off speed on
Don't swing at that little curveball off the plate. Like you're saying, we're getting more discipline. Of course, we've seen him now, second time through.
Some of his pitches like that, they look more like a little bit of a slider. That ball slid just a little bit instead of having that little hook on her. 3-0, he takes it up high, base on balls for Bryce Drake, and that loads it up for the Engineers, Danny. And
still nobody out.
I think maybe the Engineers have recognized we got to play some ball.
Yep.
They've come out with better approaches to the plate. We didn't chase the curveballs early, and it's paying off. And nobody I'd rather have up, Danny, right here than Mason Griggs. He seems like he always comes up with a big hit when we need it.
Well, it'll be a big one right here if he gets it. Let's see what we can do.
There it is. A little ground ball.
Oh, yes.
In the hole. The infield was pulled in, and Tanner's going to send the runner on to home. Here comes the throw. Not even close. So, big hit there. And Danny, that right there was probably – it wasn't hit that hard, but with the way they were played in right there, trying to get the out at the plate, snuck one right between the third base and shortstop.
Well, you called it. You said you wouldn't want anybody else up, and he comes through with 2 RBIs right there, and that makes it 5-0 Estill County. And runner still on first and second, and still nobody out.
I think it has all to do with our approach at the plate.
Well, there's any doubt about it.
Mason Rader, the hitter, is now pitching for the Engineers. And he pops one up, and that line will fall down because the wind's blowing and he's coming hard, but center fielder does get it. It held up just enough. When he first hit it, Danny, I thought you never know because the wind liable to push it back in here. But
anything in the air out there is going to be a difficult play. But Gay looked like center fielder. He looks like an athlete out there. Looked like he had a good concept of what he's doing, so made it look easy.
1 out in the inning brings up the left fielder, Jackson East. Jack's had some hard hit balls that first inning. They were all foul and then ended up striking out on a high pitch. So let's see what Jack's got this time at bat. See there, Danny, what I'm talking about? He's pulling out real far. It's almost like he's wanting to run to first base. He's got to stay in there and hit that ball. And because he's right on it, it's just that he pulls off of it. So no balls, 1 strike to Jackson East. Runners on first and second for the Engineers. And Jax just crushes that one way foul. As the old saying goes, Danny, that's nothing but a long foul ball.
That's a long foul ball.
Yeah.
If I'm the Powell County rookies out here chasing them, I hope my number didn't come up on that one.
Yeah. So quickly the count is no balls, 2 strikes to Jackson East.
He won't be back till the Corn Festival.
And the ball high and inside gets by him. Runner's going to advance to second, third real easily. I noticed Drake that time. I've aggravated him at school. The other day he was going to second base when they were playing Montgomery County that night, and he never looked at home to see. I said, what if the catcher fell down and broke his leg? He said, well, the coach would have told me. I said, you wouldn't have went nowhere because you didn't know where it was. And I noticed him that time he was watching the ball all the way. As a little backdoor curveball comes in, I believe that might have been a little bit outside, but nonetheless, not to the umpire, and he's the one that makes the call. So Jackson East goes down looking.
You got to give Peters credit. He's had a rough inning here, had some plays and misplays behind him earlier in the game, but he's still battling out there. So look like we're going to have a big inning. Now all of a sudden he's got 2 straight outs.
First pitch comes in a little bit outside. He's not giving the outside corner for sure, I can tell you that. But it leads to a right-handed batter. That brings up Dawson Moore. Or no, Danny, I think we have brought Fletcher in the game. Fletcher's in the game now for Dawson Moore.
I have to do my William now. Fletcher. Josie Wells.
Fletcher's a senior for the Engineers and has played third base some for the Engineers, but more lately, Danny's been the designated hitter for the Engineers.
Hitting .215 on the season, but I assume he's a better hitter than that.
Yeah. 3-0 pitch comes in right down the middle for a 3-1 count, but
looks like he's taking all the way on that one.
Yeah, 2 outs in the inning. Now he's looking for something to drive, and this is one of them times that I've talked a lot about in the few games that I've done is you need this timely hit right here.
And big 2-out hits.
High and ball 4. So that loads up the bases for the Engineers.
That's 3 walks now for Peters just in this inning.
And that brings up Berkeley Hardy for the Engineers, playing second base tonight. Senior for the Engineers. He struck out his first time at bat and popped up to the shortstop. But he's in a crucial situation right here. We need a big hit, and he looked like he's going to bloop one into left, but it holds up enough, and left fielder makes the play. So we leave 3 stranded right there, and missed kind of an opportunity for the Engineers. But nonetheless, we do plate 3 runs this inning, and that puts the Engineers up 5-0 after 3 complete innings. We'll be back after a short break.
El Ranchito Mexican Restaurant is El Centro Fiesta for Engineers. The top-notch comida, festive, roomy atmosphere, quick, friendly service, and late open hours are just a few reasons why the Engineers go there after their games. Stop in at 103rd Street in Ravenna for a little taste the whole family can enjoy. Call to order ahead for takeout at 606-726-0428. That's El Ranchito, the choice of the Engineers, young and old.
My name is Angela Drake. Whether you have questions about your 401k, IRA, personal investments, or even life insurance, I can help. I've helped many of our neighbors to pursue better financial stability, even in this stormy financial climate. I'd love the opportunity to put my experience to work for you and earn your business.
That's your financial advisor, Angela Drake. Stop by her new location in the newly remodeled plaza next to Mead's Do-It Center on River Drive in Irvin, or call 606-723-0055.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
You're listening to the live broadcast of Engineer Sports.
And we're back here at the Stanton City Park, first round of the 56th District Tournament. The Engineers, after 3 complete innings, are leading 5-0. And Danny, we scored 3 runs that inning, but we left 3 on.
Yeah, we had a chance to blow it open right there. Peters had thrown a lot of pitches in the previous inning as well. But you give him credit. He kind of dug in there and got 3 outs in a row when we were threatening a big inning. But we'll take the 3 runs and a 5-run lead here as we go to the top of the 4th inning.
Leading off.
I kind of need us to finish this one in 5 so we can scoot our butts over to the softball field and do the next game at 7.
If we don't, I'll just have to go solo like I did the other night and let you take off.
I hope I take the hood or the panel or something, whatever I'm supposed to take over there.
Jordan McCoy, the leadoff hitter for the Owsley County Owls, playing shortstop tonight. He's the second leading hitter for the Owls, batting .439 on the season. Rader starts off behind, and that's not his in his repertoire. He's usually ahead in the count, but nonetheless, you got a lead. You got to challenge him right here.
Love having a lefty there.
Third pitch comes in outside. Quickly counts 3-0 to Jordan McCoy, the shortstop for Owsley County.
Is it just me, or does it look like he's not coming through all the way on his
leaving it out there, ain't he? Next pitch called for a strike. I think the batter thought that might be a little bit high, but makes the count 3 balls, 1 strike. Just need to get Raider in a groove right here, as I was wanting to say, and I've just showed Danny it looks like it was 4-1 in the softball game. Powell County's leading Owsley 4-1 in the 5th inning. So it looks like they're ahead of us over there. And usually softball games do go a little quicker, but
we've had some long ones this year, more so than I ever thought.
I believe if he bunted that one, Danny, Fletcher may have got that. We've got a change in lineup all the way around that we've kind of missed here, but Fletcher's on third base now, which brought Cooper Powell in, or moves Cooper from third to first. First pitch came in for a strike, but he was given the bunt indication, and I think if he would have bunted it, Fletcher would have caught it in the glove. He was so close to him.
Smelled what he had for breakfast.
Misses on the second pitch. He pops it up. Catcher's got it, and good play there. Is that Griggs? Is he now catching, or is that White?
What number is he?
Well, it looks like
I can't see. He got his equipment there.
I think White's number 21.
Griggs is number 3.
So we got 1 out in the inning, and that's going to bring up Michael Gabbard, the first baseman, batting 192 on the season, another freshman. Undisciplined and chases a fastball a little bit away and down. Danny, the Engineers have won 6 of their last games, and one of those games that they lost was just a 1-0 ball game against a good team from Rockcastle County. And so, like you say, we talked about many a time, we need to get on a roll and get on a roll at a good time, and right at the end of the season, that's what you want. 0-2 the count. Another swing and a miss for Gabbard. He goes down swinging, gives us 2 outs in the inning. That's going to bring up David Gibson, the second baseman for the Owsley County Owls, batting 286 on the season. He struck out his first time at bat, and Raider out there says, that's what I was saying about him. If he gets ahead, he's a great pitcher.
And that left-handed curveball in high school is a lethal weapon.
First pitch on the outside corner, called for a strike. Quickly ahead 0-1.
Painted it right there. Right on the black, hit the glove. Didn't have to move.
Ball's going to tail a little bit, too, with him, with the way that wind's blowing. He comes back in with the exact same pitch, and this time he swings over top of it. Quickly brings the count to no balls and 2 strikes. I love how Raider works. I keep saying that every time he pitches, and Logan's about the same way, but this one works quicker than anybody. He's on the mound, bam, ready to go. Curveball comes in, he swings and misses. Catcher lays the tag down, and that gives us quick 3 outs right there after a leadoff walk by Raider. He settles back in, and so after 3.5 innings of play, the Engineers still lead the Owsley County Owls 5-0. We'll be back.
Since 1931, Carhart has called Estill County home. The citizens came together on the promise of 18 jobs during the Great Depression, and on this promise secured funding to build a manufacturing facility that still stands today. Currently, this facility in Irvin, Kentucky employs over 230 folks, providing countless opportunities for them and their families, and serves as the global supply chain operations center for the Carhart brand. For career opportunities or to find a retailer near you, visit Carhart.com. Carhart, the choice of the engineers since 1889.
Man, I love my place, my home is my castle. I want to fix it up, but I don't want to hassle. But now I need advice and the tools to get through it. My do-it-center store really knows how to do it.
Come save big on all your lumber products at their fantastic lumber yard at Mead's Do It Center, 218 River Drive in Irvin.
They got everything and more at my do-it-center store. I'm gonna do it today. Give me the tools and the knowledge and get out of my way. They got everything I need and more at my do-it-center store.
You're listening to the Estill County Sports Network.
And we're back here at Stanton City Park, first round of the 56th District tournament, and the Engineers are leading the Owsley County Owls 5-0 after 3.5 innings of play. And as we begin the bottom of the 4th inning, looks like Logan Friend's going to be our leadoff hitter. We'll have to keep our eye on the hitters, Danny, because we've had some changes that, they don't come and bring them to us. We just kind of have to figure them out. But the Engineers are in more of a battle than they've been used to playing Owsley County.
No doubt that we've said a couple times now, 15-0 was the score. Estill County beating the Owls in the regular season this season twice, 15-0. But the Owls, give them credit, and the pitcher Peters keeping them in a ball game right here. Not a blowout so far, so he's still in the game. Not sure how many pitches he's thrown, but he's done a pretty good job for Owsley County. Starts with a strike right there.
First pitch comes in a little off speed, but, Danny, we batted around that last inning, and Logan was the one that started us off with a base hit. And hopefully he can do that again here. Another curveball comes in, and Logan takes for strike 2. I think he was talking to himself right there because he hung that one just a little bit, and I think Logan thought I should have drilled that one. But nonetheless, he's behind 0-2 in the count. Fastball comes in up high, out of the zone. Good pitch from Peters.
Good discipline, though, also. Not leaving it above your hands. Don't swing at that.
Logan
hit him.
Looks like it hit him right there on the forearm right there. And I didn't know what we were saying right there because the umpire kind of come up his hand. I thought he was getting ready to ring him, but then he pointed at him. So Logan gets hit by a pitch right there. And, Danny, it doesn't really matter whether you ripped it to left field, hit by a pitch, but draw to walk. It's all the same. He's on first base leading us off just like he did last inning.
Love to see that leadoff in the inning get on first base.
What is the percentage? Like upwards of 70% or so?
I always say 70%. I just made that up all the time.
Did you?
Because I wanted us to think
it's
that
stuck
we had
over
a
the
good
years.
chance to score.
It sounds good.
It does. I want my pitchers to think I do not want to walk or hit that first batter.
That brings up Hayden Worry for the Engineers. He struck out the first time at bat, and then he walked.
It seems like it's 70%.
Yeah, he walked last time in the last inning, and he overswings the first pitch as Logan goes into second with a stolen base standing up. But, right there, Danny, maybe he was going and he was swinging over top of it to do it because last inning he didn't chase that pitch.
Yep.
So maybe he was just doing it to try to protect the runner right there. But really, I don't think we have to. This catcher really hasn't made much of an attempt to get it to second base. Next pitch comes in, a little curveball away, and he's disciplined enough to stay off it. Brings the count to 1-1.
Wind continues to whip here at Powell County High School. Shout out to everybody getting all the fields ready because I'm sure they had to do some work.
But that's, as well as I do, two things you need when the field's wet to get one quickly ready.
Wind and sun.
Exactly right. Hayden takes.
And just leave it alone.
Hayden takes the third pitch high and inside, brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Logan Friend on second base for the Engineers. Next pitch comes in low and away.
We're not chasing that low and away curveball last few innings anymore.
Yeah, I think we went up there with a different approach last inning, and it looks like it's lowered over to this inning as well. So hopefully the Engineers can keep that up. Fastball comes in low and away, and just like last inning, Danny, we're starting off with runners on first and second for the Engineers. That's 2 base on balls, drawn by Hayden Worry in a row, and that's going to bring up big Cooper Powell. And Cooper hit a ground ball hard to third base his first time at bat, and third baseman made a great play, but then overthrew first base, and Cooper was able to take second on that in the second inning. And then last inning, Cooper hit one, I think, between third and short because the runner was going, I think, if I remember right. No, that was Mason. Coop, I think he just hit a base hit to left field, so hopefully we can do that again right here. The Engineers come out threatening in the bottom of the 4th inning with the first 2 runners on.
Hope they can score 5 right here, then hold Owsley County in the top of the 5th, and it'll be all over.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to head to softball here in a second.
Ground ball to shortstop. Shortstop goes to third, and he should be safe because he was not on the bag. So the Engineers come up with some luck right there, Danny, because
just not quite aware. The third baseman for Owsley County didn't realize that's a force out. He should just became a first baseman, and he wasn't on the bag and didn't tag him either.
We talked about that earlier with a young team like this. As the coach for Owsley comes out to talk to him again, and he's saying, this is what we talked about. We can't give them this many chances. Danny, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back here in just a minute.
Since 1931, Carhart has called Estill County home. The citizens came together on the promise of 18 jobs during the Great Depression, and on this promise secured funding to build a manufacturing facility that still stands today. Currently, this facility in Irvin, Kentucky employs over 230 folks, providing countless opportunities for them and their families, and serves as the global supply chain operations center for the Carhart brand. For career opportunities or to find a retailer near you, visit Carhart.com. Carhart, the choice of the engineers since 1889.
Man, I love my place, my home is my castle. I want to fix it up, but I don't want to hassle. But now I need advice and the tools to get through it. My do-it-center store really knows how to do it.
Come save big on all your lumber products at their fantastic lumber yard at Meads Do-It-Center, 218 River Drive in Irvin.
They got everything and more at my do-it-center store. I'm gonna do it today. Give me the tools and the knowledge and get out of my way. They got everything I need and more at my do-it-center store.
You're listening to the Estill County Sports Network.
Welcome back, everyone, and we're in the bottom of the fourth inning here at the first round of the 56th district over here at Stanton City Park in Powell County. The Engineers are leading 5-0, Danny, here in the bottom of the fourth inning. We've come out and got a hit by pitch, base on balls, and then a ground ball to shortstop, and he threw it to third, and the third baseman didn't realize all he had to do is be standing on the bag like a first baseman, and so we go into third and safe. So now we're bases loaded, nobody out, bringing up Bryce Drake for the Engineers, and we've got a pitching change, Danny.
Yeah, I can't catch his number. You got it, Billy? Your eyes are better than mine.
I'll have to put the real glasses on to see that one. Number 9, you say?
That's Dylan Gay. He was a center fielder. He's pitched 35 innings for Owsley County. He's 1-6 on the season. He struck out 61 and a 3.93 earned run average. So he's got a little idea what he's doing out there. And I noticed when he was playing center field and at the plate, it looks like he's got a good clue of what he's doing out there. So
he throws the ball just, maybe just a little bit slower than Peters, but I was watching his curveball here. He looks like he's got a good little curveball as well, but I think as we talked about the stat of the game, Danny, is starting last inning. We got a lot more disciplined at the plate. We quit chasing the curveball, and he, even though we're in the fourth inning, Peters has had to throw a lot of pitches.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Peters threw a lot, and especially in the last 2 innings when Estill County, as you were talking about, changed their approach and start laying off that low and away curveball and not chasing the first pitch unless it was down the middle. Made him work, made him throw more pitches. Of course, he didn't get some plays behind him a couple times. So I think he was pretty much done for the day. And Coach Derek Marshall has brought in Gay. So bases loaded, nobody out. I'd like to see 5 runs right here, Billy. That'd just be wonderful.
Bryce Drake, the hitter for the Engineers, takes the first pitch in the dirt.
And I would not swing until I saw a strike.
As we talked about earlier, Bryce has really come on late in the season. Curveball gets away, bounces back hard, and we come home easily for Logan Friend. That's one of those, Danny's got to be 100%.
Yeah, nobody out. If you're on third base, you better score. And one thing here, I think I would probably tell my players that any wild pitch, if you're on third, go because it's so far away. Even though it's brick and it could bounce back hard, if you get the correct jump, you should be fine.
Absolutely. A lot of distance between the wall and home plate here at the Stanton City Park.
And that's the thing. Those are little things, too, you need to look at. There wasn't a back screen I didn't look at. Even throw a couple balls off of it before the game just to see where we go and how we would come off of it. I like that at bat.
Ground ball to the right side, and Danny, they make another bad play, bad throw from second baseman. So Bryce Drake is going to go to first base on the error by the second baseman. And during that time, he scored another run for the Engineers, ball hit to the right side. And so that puts the Engineers up 7-0 with Mason Griggs. He's 2 for 2 on the night, and as I told you before, nobody I'd rather have to the plate when there's runners in scoring position is big Mason Griggs. He usually comes through.
He came through for you last time.
Runners going, and shoulder comes out, swings over top of it. I don't know if he was swinging to protect that runner right there. I don't think so.
If I was him, I would say I was.
Yeah. Just not disciplined enough right there. Another curveball comes to the screen, and looks like Cooper Powell is going to come in for the Engineers to score the 8th run of the game. And Bryce Drake stole second base, and now he's at third. And that puts the Engineers up to 8-0. The 1-ball, 2-strike count on Raider. He pops that one up.
Catcher can't find it. Oh, that landed close to us.
Yeah, it did.
I trust Ethan Moore's tent over top of our heads. He's got like 5,000 little straps on these things. I've watched him put these things up and take them down.
We're going to have to tell him, we've got a little rip going over here, Danny. But with the wind we've had today, we're lucky this thing's still standing.
Oh, he'll have some stitching for that.
Curveball away on Mason Griggs, evens the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Engineers again got a runner at third base, Bryce Drake, for the Engineers. And we're looking for 2 runs right here. Danny, go out and get 3 outs at the end of this game.
Get ready for the championship on Monday.
Curveball comes in.
Wicked little curveball.
Yeah, catcher can't find it. Look here, Danny, we're going to get another mistake. And this happened to Estill one game a few games ago that I was calling, Danny, and the catcher just spun in circles. And, that's one of the things that we teach. You look at the pitcher to find out where the ball's at.
And look at the wall and the fence first, because if it's right by the plate, the runner's probably not going to come. So you don't need to worry about it if it's right there. But, yeah, get some help.
So Griggs goes to first base on a strikeout with an error by the catcher.
It was a beautiful curveball, too. Gay's got me thinking, ooh.
Yeah.
I deserve better than that. He throws a perfect curveball, gets a strikeout looking, and then ends up with a run scoring and the runner on first.
Nothing more disheartening for a pitcher to make that kind of pitch and then to no avail. So Griggs is going. And I think Raider wanted that one, Danny, but I think he heard going, so he thought, I'm going to let him get to second. That is potentially the winning run for the Engineers, is if they could score another run, go out and get 3 outs, we'd end this one in a mercy rule 10-0. But we still have no outs, Danny, so we could score a lot more. Raider swings over tops quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
Yep. Yeah, if we eventually keep on going and get to 15, it'll be over right here.
That's after 3 innings, right? The 15.
Yeah, 3 on.
Little pop-up over the shortstop's going to fall in, and looks like Griggs is going to come all the way around to score for the Engineers. Good piece of hitting in there, Danny, with no balls and 2 strikes on Raider.
That's right. He didn't try to do too much with it, just served it out to center field and gets an RBI.
Yeah, I noticed that was just a little short, compact swing. And now that Raider is the pitcher, that's going to bring in the designated runner. The pinch runner there will be, I think that's Holloway, isn't it? Garrett Holloway for the Engineers.
I don't have a 2 that I wrote down. Yes, Holloway. I got him, sophomore.
Yeah.
He looks fast.
He's a good little ball player, too. He's moved in here from Richmond to Estill County, and I've noticed him some this year. Some of the games I've come, he's come in and played shortstop some, played second base some, and the Engineers' futures are bright.
Yeah, and we keep reloading just every year, and baseball is a proud program in Estill County, just as softball. I always say you put a stick in our hands, golf, softball, baseball, we're pretty dangerous.
Quick throw over to first base and gets away from the first baseman. Not far enough to advance the runner. Jack's Neese now hitting for the Engineers. Jack's 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts, and we just need Jax to stay in the box. Jax can hit the ball. He just got to stay in there before he tries to run. And the last time, I'll give him that one because that was a ball. As the runner goes, Jack swings over top, and he throws it directly to the second baseman there, Danny. That was just a bit outside.
Yeah.
But stolen base for Garrett Holloway for the Engineers, puts the Engineers threatening again with the runner and scoring.
We've got 10 runs, Billy, but guess how many hits we have? Only 5.
Only 5. But good teams take advantage when people make mistakes, Danny,
Absolutely.
and we've done that. We've took the extra base when they made mistakes, and I was thinking back that last inning there when Worry went from first to third on a base hit to left field. He looked and seen nobody was there, and the left fielder took his time coming to get the ball. He never broke stride.
Nope. Play in front of him. He made a good decision.
Jax swings over top and quickly brings the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Engineers have already plated 5 runs this inning to make the score 10-0. Ball gets away from the catcher as a curveball come in. Jack's disciplined enough to take it away. Holloway rounds third base, so we're at third base again, Danny. Nobody out. 2 balls, 2 strike count on Neese.
With nobody out, Estill County's got to be thinking now, well, let's not just score 10 and then end it in 5. Let's go ahead and score 15 right here and end it in 4. Not give Owsley a chance to even come to the plate again.
Next pitch comes in. Umpire gives Jax the call this time. It looked like the exact same pitch he struck him out on last time. I thought it was low and away then, and this time he does call. It might have been a little bit lower that time, but full count on Jax Neese. And hits one a mile foul again, Danny.
Yeah, but he pulls off the ball so much right now. That's about the only place he can hit it.
Full count. Nobody out. Bottom of 4th inning. Jackson Neese up for the Engineers. Runner on third base. And pitch comes in outside. Ball 4. Jackson Neese takes the walk for the Engineers. So, Danny, we got runners on first and third. And still nobody out in this inning. That's going to bring up Hayden Fletcher as he checked in for Dawson Moore, the center fielder, last inning, Danny. And Hayden's a senior for the Engineers, one of the 4 seniors that we have this year. I'll tell you right now, the other night they did that little ceremony. I should have stayed on the air because we were just doing the NFHS network, and they did that. And I had a couple tears in my eyes. I ain't going to lie. I've watched these kids grow up since T-ball, and their parents out there with them. Should be taking Danny all the way as the pitcher Dylan Gay goes from the wind-up with a runner on first and third, you know.
And good job by Jax recognizing it immediately. And, right, good job by the batter not swinging. He got a nasty little curveball.
He does. And brought that one inside, but good and disciplined by Fletcher right there. He had a 1 ball, no count on there, probably looking for a fastball and didn't give chase. Another curveball comes in a little bit inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that Jax takes off and goes right there because he's in the windup. One of my favorite stories is at Woodford County when I was coaching his dad. As we got a line drive up middle, that's probably going to hold up for the center fielder. But that's going to be a sacrifice fly and bring the runner in from third base. Holloway for the Engineers for another run. And so a fly ball for Hayden Fletcher to center field. I hate to say it, it's just one of those when you look at it right there, you don't know what the wind's going to do to it because it's still whipping, as you can see from the flagpole out in the left center. It's still cutting across the field pretty good. That's going to bring up Berkeley Hardy for the Engineers. Berkeley's 0 for 3 on the day with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. First pitch taken on the outside corner for a strike.
You know, if they keep all these young players, especially these 2 pitchers right here, together, they're young. You know, they could do something.
Good curveball.
I'm telling you, man. You don't see that old Uncle Charlie as much as you used to. That big break in 12-6.
Curveball goes away.
It's a wiffle ball curveball.
But as I was telling earlier about Jack's daddy, Andrew, he was at Woodford County, and guy goes from the windup, and Andrew's on second, and Andrew takes off to third, and the guy just goes right from the windup and throws it to third. And as a wild pitch comes in, and Jax takes third base, and Andrew did what he was supposed to do, but the guy went in the windup and just threw it over to third base, and they tagged him, and the umpire called him out, and I went out to talk to him and say, "What do you mean he's out?" And he's like, "Well, what's the matter, Coach?" I said, "Well, I shouldn't even be talking to you." So I went and talked to the home plate umpire, and it was drizzling rain, and they had that old brick dust then as the curveball comes in high, makes the count full. As Berkeley did a good job working the count. And he looked at me and said, "Coach, we shouldn't even be out here." I said, "That's your call," and he yelled ball game, so we went to the house. One of my favorite stories is the ball in the dirt. The Berkeley Hardy, that's good at bat for Berkeley right there.
Yeah.
You know, got himself behind early and then works it to full count and doesn't chase anything. So base on balls for Berkeley Hardy. That means Engineers got runners on first and third, Danny. And Logan Friend coming up the bat, the best hitter for the Engineers. He's 1 for 2 on the night. He flew out to second base, had a base hit to left field, and got hit by a pitch last time, Danny.
Absolutely. Estill County's been really taking advantage. They're good at bats. They're not trying to force too much as the runner goes.
Oh, man.
And he fouls it off. He's like, "Hey, man, come on."
I think Coach Crow even gave him the signal right there. See, he's doing it again.
Well, I recognize that signal. Was that the fist?
I don't know if that's what they do right now, but I could see you on third base right now. You would be hot under the collar, even though we have 11-0 lead. Because when this guy goes from the windup, you take the pitch and let him steal.
Yeah.
Because he pops it up or anything here.
No,
We got a little grounder. The third, as he comes in and makes the play, it's in the dirt, but I'm going to give him the base hit.
Yep.
He had that beat out all the way.
He did.
That moves Berkeley all the way over to third and scores Jack's niece. Engineers up 12-0 now. Danny with the winning run at the plate now with only one out in the inning.
The walk-off 15-run lead after 3.
I don't think he's going to walk it off unless they throw it all over the field, unless he can hit it dead down the right field, hit it in right center, and it blow over at right field corner.
Now he's in his stretch.
Runner goes. Strike called.
You say, you're up 12-0. Why are you still in second? I'm for it, and here's why. Because it's postseason, and my pitchers are based on how many pitches they throw, and I'm trying to get this game over with this inning.
Yeah, this is one of the times that you're not trying to rub it in or nothing, as we got another wild pitch.
There's a reason to do it.
Berkeley Hardy has comes in for the Engineers easily. Moves Logan Friend over to third base. They overthrow the pitcher, Danny. And old Logan Friend was ready to come in himself right there, but looks like Coach Derek Marshall is coming in. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back after we settle everything here.
I'm Shannon Cheney, Estill County Market President of CG Bank. Here at CG Bank, community means everything. It's why we do what we do. At CG Bank, we are your hometown bank, and we are here for you because we are you. We are not just here building business, but building relationships. That's community banking. That's my bank. Stop by and visit us at one of our 2 convenient locations in Irvin, or visit us online at cg.bank and see what community banking is all about. CG Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
How do you protect your family during a disaster? Have a plan of action for tornadoes, floods, earthquakes, and for an incident at the Bluegrass Army Depot. Know what you will do and how you will contact each other. Having a plan helps to keep you calm and not panic. Visit EstillCountyEMA.com to get started today. Plan today for a safer tomorrow.
You're listening to the live broadcast of Engineer Sports.
And we're back after a little brief meeting with the coach and the pitcher at the pitcher's mound, and now hitting or continue hitting for the Engineers is Hayden Morey, the senior right fielder. batting .429 on the season. He struck out the first inning and draw 2 walks the next 2 times at bat as he fouls one off there to stay alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's potentially the winning run, Danny.
Yep, he's the walk-off run at the plate right here. Like we said before the break, you want to do that if you're Coach Tanner Crow, because you don't want to send your pitcher out there to eat up any more pitches, because you're limited on how many pitches you can throw in a tournament.
Yeah, and then the little curveball comes in barely outside right there. I think Dylan Gay for Owsley County was wanting that. You could tell by his demeanor on the mound. And, one of the things that we always taught, man, don't let an umpire see your demeanor out there change.
Ours
ball comes inside. So the winning run for the Engineers is now on first base, and that brings up Big Cooper Powell. And Cooper is 1 for 3 on the night. Reached on the error to the third base by the overthrow by the third baseman and a fielder's choice, and also a 1 base hit. But I'd say the runner will be going right here, Danny, to put the winning run in the scoring position.
I'd ask the batter not to swing right here, please.
He goes from the windup, so he shouldn't be, and he does. But only thing about that, Danny, base hit, he might score, but, man, you pop one up right there, you're out of the inning, you have to bring your pitchers back out. So.
Yep.
Runner moves over to
base hit right here should end it, Billy. Oh, he's ducking on that curveball. I haven't seen a curveball like that.
You know what that calls for, don't you, Danny? That's right there is what you call the old "she fooled you, Raylan, she fooled you." As old Dale would say. He used to love it. They'd bring that change up, and Raylan would almost be out of the batter's box, and Dale would yell at her and say, "Raylan, she fooled you, Raylan, she fooled you." So we got a little conversation going on with the umpire and Coop right here. Coach Tanner Crow comes in. Tanner's done a great job as his first-year head coach, Danny.
No doubt about it. Of course, he coached with his dad and with his brother Blake, and he's a baseball guy. Brian made baseball players out of both of them. They were good players. Both of them played at Berea. And he's kind of the quiet one of the bunch, so you don't really know what's going through his head. But, I've seen enough this year to know that he's done a great job.
Curveball comes in again, and Cooper fouls it off to stay alive. And
You're spoiling him a little bit, though, mowing his field. He ain't going to mow. You say, I have to mow the field. Well, that's because you do it.
It's his first year, and he is my nephew. But I've had a lot of people, even when Blake was coaching, curveball gets away, we might not even get to another batter right here. As he's coming all the way, Danny, this is the ball game.
Yep.
He comes all the way from second to score. Hayden Worry takes advantage because nobody's covering the plate. And let's take a short break because we had a wild pitch right there, and Hayden Worry comes all the way from second to score the winning run, puts the Engineers up 15-0, so Marshall Rule after that. So let's take a quick break, and we'll be back, and Danny will have some stats for us.
Caring for you and your family, Mercy Primary Care Irvin is here for you and your family throughout every stage of your life. From infants to the elderly, we care for all ages, and we're right here in Estill County, so we're ready when you need us. Our services include well baby and well child visits, vaccines, back to school, camp and sports physicals, and allergy shots. Mercy Primary Care in Irvin offers compassionate care with even better convenience. We fit your schedule with same-day appointments and extended hours. To schedule an appointment, call today at 606-723-7771. Mercy Primary Care in Irvin, 606-723-7771. Affiliated with Marcum Wallace Memorial Hospital. Here for you and your family. The Estill County Sports Network would like to thank the Estill County Board of Education for their partnership in bringing you the broadcast of Estill County Sports on NFHS, WSKV Radio, streaming radio at listenlikealocal.com, and in some cases, Facebook Live. We couldn't do it without the superintendent, board members, teachers, faculty, and staff, coaches, and mentors. You're listening to the Estill County Sports Network.
Welcome back as we've completed the first game of the 56th District Tournament with the Engineers scoring 15 runs to 0 against Owsley County. Started off a little slow for the Engineers, but the pitcher for Owsley County was kind of on spot at the early part of the game, and we were chasing a lot of pitches away. I think the story of the game is the Engineers come more disciplined at the plate. Not a lot of hits, but we had a lot of walks, and we took advantage of every error that they had. And a lot of times that's what happens to a young team, and Owsley County is a very young team. And but I think they got a little bit of a future ahead of them because they've got some good young pitchers and stuff. But they have a lot of freshmen, and they got two eighth graders that start for them now. But anyway, the future looks good for them as well as it does for the Engineers. But nonetheless, the Engineers come away with the win. And as Danny, as you would say, that's the win you need more than any.
Oh yeah, I'm a lot more relieved if I'm Tanner right now.
So, again, the Engineers win 15-0, and I think Danny's got some stats for us.
As Jeff Tate would say, this is TCB, take care of business game, and the Engineers did. Let's take a look at some of the totals. First of all, for Owsley County, they scored 0 runs. They had 2 hits in the game. They committed 5 errors, and they left 4 men on base. For Estill County, we scored 15 runs to make it the 3rd time this year we've defeated the Owls 15-0. And Estill County scored those 15 runs, Billy, on only 6 hits. They committed no errors, and they left 4 people on base. But as you said, I think the approach changed at the plate. I thought that their first pitcher for Peters for Owsley County did a good job. In fact, we were scoreless there after 2 innings, I think. And then we changed our approach. We quit chasing that first pitch curveball low and away. And then we made sure when we were swinging at fastballs, we made sure it was below our hands and across the middle of the plate. And we just had a good approach the rest of the way, took advantage of their mistakes, and this, as Jeff Tate says, took care of business. Estill County improves, by the way, Billy, to 16-10 on the season, and 6-1. They're going to play in the championship game on Monday against the winner of Lee and Powell. The Owsley County Owls, they end their season at 8-18, and they'll be back next year with some good young talent.
Yeah, and we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in with us. We got started just a little bit late. The wind didn't blow us away, Danny. And as always, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Carhartt and CG Bank, platinum sponsors for the Engineers, gold sponsors, Mercy Health, Estill County EMA, CSEP, Appalachian Wireless, Estill Medical Clinic, financial advisor, Angela Drake, Meads Do-It Center, Whitaker Bank, Estill County Board of Education, El Ranchito Mexican Restaurant, and Estill Development Alliance. And as always, we thank WSKV 104.9 for bringing Engineer Sports.
And Angela on-site support.
Yeah, and she's
got 7 pages of intense little instructions about what to do, and she checked off every one of them.
And the only thing she couldn't do was interpret the text that Ethan sent you, what we need to take. But we're going to go up there.
Him and Ken are fighting online about what I'm supposed to do, so I don't know.
Maybe one of them will come down here and grab what we need, but again, we'll remind everybody that Danny and I are going to leave this game. We're going to head up to the softball field.
We're going to race.
They're about in the last inning up there, as Powell County looked like they were in the lead like 7-2 there in the 6th inning. But just keep tuning in because we'll be back. We'll be back here shortly as we'll head up to the softball field as the Lady Engineers will take on the Lady Owls of Owsley County. And
we'll do it again on the female side.
We thank everybody for tuning in to the Estill County Sports Network here on WSKV. Y'all have a good evening, and we'll catch you in just a little bit.
Thank you for listening, watching, and supporting Engineer Athletics. We would encourage you to also support the community sponsors that invest to help bring the live coverage to you. Visit the ECSN page at listenlikealocal.com to find the most up-to-date broadcast schedule and all the ways to listen to the game. Thank you for listening to Engineer Sports on the Estill County Sports Network.